Many watched in awe, as they helplessly stood by, watching the Notre Dame Cathedral burn. The medieval cathedral is home by millions of devout Catholics, all around the world. Many don't realize that the French Gothic-style cathedral was consecrated to the Virgin Mary. In other words, the building was declared sacred in honor to the Queen of Heaven, which is none other than Isis, Astarte, also known as Asherah. The sheeple believe the blaze started due to the restoration work. No, this was by no accident. This was deliberate. There is no doubt in my mind that this was a satanic fire ritual. Just days before the fire, 16 statues were removed. These statues weighed 330 pounds, at 10 feet high, representing their disciples, which we know is full-blown idolatry. The entire cathedral, building inside and out, is full of idolatry. The outside alone has over 5,000 stone gargoyles, grotesque faces and other stone figures. These stone figures are up high, facing downward. I am thus reminded, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood but against spiritual wickedness in the heavenlies, that is high places. Sure, these stone, demonic idols are nothing to a called out one. However, to some people they represent protection guardian angels, and were used to scare off evil spirits. Baloney. Anyone with just a tiny bit of discernment can see how demonic these are. Did you know that gargoyles can be traced all the way back to the ancient Egyptians? These are not talisman or guardian angels, but pagan demonic idols. Some believe that gargoyle statues physically come to life, and that have some supernatural powers. Wake up, sheeple. Listen, they use comedy and mocked us right in our faces. So, we see what gargoyles mean. Now why in the world would they want to put a talking one at an airport? Check this out.
That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
This is awesome.
Hello? Do I know you?
Are you hungry?
Oh, I'm starving. You got anything for me? Those flowers look delicious.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all. Will you get back over here? I got a question about this conspiracy. Did you have to buy an extra seat for your hat, sir? Sir, are you stealing a desk? Sir, you have resting, confused face. Do you have a favorite animal or pet?
A caterpillar?
A caterpillar? Wouldn't you rather have a gargoyle?
No!
Yes! You know, you can actually put the phone down and have a conversation with me. But no, I'm a millennial. I've got to post it. I've got to snap face it and Twitter book it. Excuse me, miss, I've got a stain that needs some polishing. Can I borrow your cleaning cart?
Oh, no!
I need your help! Guess what my favorite food is?
What?
No, I want you to guess.
Cumin?
Cumin! Yes, I love cumin.
I said cumin!
Oh, I thought you said cumin. I'm a real big spice guy. Furry hat guy, I can't believe you are wearing one of my friends.
Hey, this isn't your friend.
It used to be until you put it on your head, man.
How old are you?
Well, 243 years old now. I look good for my age, don't I?
Yeah, you work out?
All the time. You should see my squats.
You're such a sweet talker.
Will you take me back home with you?
Let's go. I have some space in my backpack.
Actually, I think you have too much baggage for me.
Wake up. The joke is on the sheeple. People are being indoctrinated into this stuff. I covered the Denver airport many years ago and it is all evil, but see how? They want to repackage evil, to look funny, cute and innocent. No, evil and sin is not fun. Once one gets in the web, the person is tortured by the demons. The entire thing is just creepy. Gargoyles represent demons and now they got one talking at the airport. Indoctrination. Do not be deceived, beloved ones, out of the ashes. The Phoenix Antichrist will rise. The world is about to be rebirthed into the new world order. The burning of Notre Dame was the collapse of this current religious system, along with a satanic ritual. As previously stated throughout many FOY materials, they always brag about what they are about to do. See, the world is just a stage. They use sorcery and witchcraft to program the masses. Here is an example. One of the Simpsons cartoons show how they were predicting the cathedral going up in smoke. As we can see here, the Notre Dame Cathedral. Do you see the dark smoky clouds? Those clouds are from the cathedral burning. Then we see people protesting with fire. They write these scripts, then they make it happen. And I also found this interesting also, Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. This scene shows the cathedral along with the entire city burning. Subtle hints to brainwash the masses. Let's move on to third and final reason why this was already orchestrated to occur. This scene from My Pet Goat Part 2. First I'll just the scene out. Then I will break this down. Okay, let's replay this. Right here. This is important. Whose house is that? What deity is being worshipped? Satan, the Baphomet, which is a transgender being that can be both male and female. Baphomet is seen with female breast and male's genitals. Here, check this out, this is also very important. This is the birth of the Antichrist. Right here. Notice the Antichrist is coming down the birth canal. As the scene pans out, guess what we see? Yep, what looks just like the Notre Dame Cathedral. Notice the fire in the Antichrist eyes? Then we see the Notre Dame Cathedral melt before our very eyes. Check out this resemblance. Are you seeing this, beloved ones? Unbelievable. There is no doubt in my mind that the burning of Notre Dame was planned. Look beyond the smoke, brothers and sisters, and see that the cathedral up in smoke represents the collapses of the current religious system. Out of the ashes, rebirth into the new world order is here. This entire event was an Illuminati ritual to Satan. For today's video I won't even go into the third eye and the pyramid. But I just want to add, isn't it interesting that the crown of thorns was saved? And here we see the crown of thorns vanish before our eyes, once the cathedral begins to burn. This represents the awakening of the consciousness. Just creepy. You can also see the pyramids that to the left, and meteors falling out of the sky. Are they trying to tell us that meteors or possible missiles are next? I guess only time will tell. Beloved ones, time to come out of all the false religions. The clock is ticking. What we should find interesting is that the same time Notre Dame was burning. Over in Jerusalem, at the Temple Mount, the reenactment of the Passover was occurring. Another satanic ritual He slaughtered the sheep off-site, then brought it out and cooked it. Later on they ate it. That sheep became sacrificed to a pagan idol. This was no reenactment, it was a real satanic ritual. To make matters worse, at the same time both of these events were taking place, a fire broke out at Jerusalem's Aqsa mosque. According to one article, there was damage to a mobile guard booth. Could these two religious buildings burning represent the collapse of both? What rises out of the ashes will be unity in the satanic one world religious system with the headquarters there at the Temple Mount? I'm telling you right now, that this was all in honor for Satan. Look at this picture. Some claim to see Jesus Christ in this picture burning in the flames. This is what I want you to see. That pyramid on fire? Do you see that? Now notice that this is burning between two towers. Unbelievable. Have you noticed these two towers before? Chicken and Boaz, the two towers of the Freemasons. There you have it. They left their mark right there for all to see. The writing is on the wall. Just last year, we all heard President Trump stated the calm before the storm. In The Greatest Show on Earth, Part 2, Satan's Wedding Chapel, I expose how the Freemasons have their timetable set for the Medita show up in 3 to 5 years. In other words, they are expecting the Antichrist to be revealed within their next 3 to 5 years. Here is that segment. We go. Now remember, Aqsa is a very prominent leader. I could do a video on him alone that would totally shake everything up. Maybe some other time. But here he states that major incidents will occur in the near future. These incidents are for one purpose, and that is to wake people up. He further states that only disasters awaken people. Otherwise, they keep in their deep slumber. You got there? I hope you understand what is being said here, folks. As previously stated within the FOY material, everyone is blaming Yahuwah for the wicked weather. No, the weather has been manipulated. The wars, the economy is all being controlled by the satanic elite. Is all about one thing. Let us not forget how President Trump back at the end of 2017 stating there, following.
You guys know what this represents? Well, it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm is
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
Give us a hint on your end.
Thank you, everybody.
Calm before the storm. Trust me when I say, yes, we are in the midst of the calmness before the storm. Brothers and sisters, time to prepare. In all ways. Physically, mentally, and especially spiritually. I beseech each you of viewing and hearing my words to help us get this message out there to the world. The time is now. Are you ready? I mean, are you really ready? If not, get ready. Time to make your wrongs right. No more slothfulness. As stated in many FOY material, they no longer keep their agenda a secret. The plan is here, no more ifs or maybes. But the here and now. We will also rebuild the temple of Prophet Solomon. We will plate that whole temple with gold. These are bound to happen and cannot be stopped by anyone. Nothing will stop this, beloved one. The whole system, the entire Middle East is being designed towards this end. That is right, the entire system is being designed for matters to be played out for the greatest show on earth. The biggest Freemason lodges are in Iran and Egypt. Most of the administrators are Freemasons. Bingo. And they have a pack, for one goal, to usher in their wishy-washy God, Satan. Now he drops the bomb. Freemasonry exists to serve Mashiach. Exactly. The simple exists to serve Satan. There are great many secrets that are kept from the public. Maybe to the sheeple, but not to Yahuwah's elect. As we know, because of Yahuwah's great mercy, he reveals to his prophets what will transpire. But for the sheeple, well, the cat is out of the bag now. Hope you have Yahushua, because that is the only thing going to save any of us. Watch him brag about how they will rebuild the palace of the prophet Solomon and turn Jerusalem into a heaven on earth. Let us not forget though, Yahushua clearly stated that his kingdom if not of this world. He now sends a warning that the people will also have to go through suffering. Knight Templars, Freemasons, all Jews, all pious Muslims and all Christians will support Mashiach, because he will be the only one who can save the world. All this suffering will be orchestrated to wake the people up into falling for the greatest show on earth. Way too many people have been deceived into thinking that Yah's wrath is already here, when in reality, this is all man-made. Through pain, they will become believers in the greatest show on earth. Yet at the same time, all faiths will suffer during the true Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, the great and last crusade. So again, I ask you, are you ready? He continues. This is the decree of God. This world is in a way an illusion. It was decision taken by the US Freemasonry. Trump did not make that decision by himself. See, many of you have mentioned that. It is bad for me to speak about their president in a bad way. Yet the truth sadly he is just another pawn being used in this game of chess. Of course, with that said, Yahuwah is still on his throne and is still in control. They are just puppets on a string. He continues. Of course, the World Freemasonry will also play an active role. Majority of the leaders of the Middle Eastern states are Freemasons. I can safely say that 90% of them are Freemasons, including ministers. Almost all European governments are controlled by Freemasons. In short, everything will change for the better in 3 to 5 years. In 3 to 5 years we will see Mashiach. Let it be noted here that the followers of Yah.com ministry is no saying the Yahushua will return in 3 to 5 years. However, what we are saying is stay awake. If any Messiah shows up in 3 to 5 years, it will be either the fall guy or the false one. The cat is out of the bag now. 3 to 5 years. Just let that sink in. Are you comprehending this? I truly hope that every viewer now sees how all this was planned. Look, this was a satanic ritual on all scales. The Passover lamb being slaughtered at the Temple Mount. The Notre Dame Cathedral burning along with the mosque there is Jerusalem. Then all the churches that have been on fire lately. So many church fires just this year. They go on and on. I just shared with you their plans. Things are going to happen to wake people up. They don't care who gets hurt or what gets destroyed. Their mission is to usher in satanic terror on earth. Do they have your attention now? If so, then time to seek Yahuwah now. If you don't know his son Yahushua, best better get to know him now. As we ain't seen nothing yet, folks. As I previously stated, the entire event was not only orchestrated but was a fire ritual for Satan. They are using sorcery, witchcraft and black magic. See, when they are summoning a demon, rituals are demanded by the demonic host. That the witch or wizard has to be performed precisely. This season just so happens to be a very high satanic season for those in their occult. Starting around April's Fool's Day, up until May 1st. This is why we have seen so many fires, shootings and killings sprees, during this month. Look at some of these. Terrible. All lives matter as Yahuwah is the life giver. This is so sad. April 19th to May 1st, a blood sacrifice is required on these days. The Beltane festive, also known as Walpurgis Night, is the highest day on their Druid witches calendar. And May 1st is the Illuminati's second highest sacred holiday. These days are human sacrifices required. These fire and human sacrifice rituals are for Baal, the Lord God, Milchin. Other words, Satan. History has shown us how these days are very important to them. So much life destroyed in order to please their wicked murderous god, Satan. Look, the ritual has continued even up until Easter Sunday. There was a terror attack that killed at least 207 and wounded 450 people. After 8 explosions rocked hotels and churches. Terrible. These sickos don't care, they have to feed the demon. And they require innocent blood. The younger the blood, the more they get off on this. Oh, it is just awful. That is why the Oklahoma bombing and the Branch Dravidians was so horrendous. Because all those babies and young children were murdered. Even something that appears to be an accident, as in the Notre Dame Cathedral, burning is far from it. Just like when the BP oil rig exploded. That occurred on April 20th, 2010. 17 workers were injured, while 11 people died. Well, guess what? This was already predicted. No, let me rephrase that. It was already put in the script to blow up. They brag about what they are going to do. Sadly, the oil rig blew up exactly 1 year after the movie was released.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Drew Griffin in for Rick Sanchez. Let's get right to the breaking news, which is not good. At the Gulf of Mexico, the oil rig that exploded, this incredible video, that oil rig has now sunk. 8,000 barrels of oil leaking per day. The Coast Guard's still searching for 11 missing people. Ali Velshi is going to join me just in a second. We're going to talk about financials. We're talking about oil capping, getting rid of that. But first, let's talk about the real disaster here, which is the 11 crew members who are missing from that oil rig.
The Coast Guard is searching in the Gulf of Mexico this morning for survivors from an oil rig explosion and fire. The rig is located 52 miles off the Louisiana coast. The blast was reported at 10 o'clock local time last night. There were 126 workers on board. Most are safe. At least 11 still missing and 7 injured.
Seriously, come on, folks. It don't get any clearer than this. Remember, they create the chaos. This is how sick, twisted and demonic they truly are. They do not care who gets hurt. The world is their stage. In preparation for Satan. The curtain of this earth age is coming to a rapid closing. Please wake up. Be blessed.